What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they're headquartered in Brooklyn, New York, and this is their thank you for juicing. So they're calling this one an Imperial IPA that comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. And this can is just under 5 weeks old. So really excited about this one. They're brewing this one with Citra Cryo, Citra Incognito, and Nelson Sauvin, and I believe a touch of Sabro hops. And this was recommended to me by a very good friend of mine and fellow beer tuber, Dan, over at FLX Beer Reviews. He's like, they just brought this one back, and this batch is delicious, and he knows I like Sabro hops. And even though in the description on tab they said that, don't expect a huge coconut because they're just using a touch of Sabro, I'm like, you know what, Nelson I love, Citra I love, so yeah, I'm here for it. So blue tab means the FLX, the East Bloomfield location. So let's crack this one open and get it into the glass, see what we got going on. So like I said, really excited about this one. It's Other Half shoes. Like, why wouldn't I be excited, Do something like that. I really like the can too. Very simple. Really nice. So yeah, that looks beautiful. Has that milky yellow color. Maybe a little darker on camera, but in person, milky yellow, turbid, murky. Can't see through it. Has just a beautiful haze to it. Has about a finger and a half of this white, super creamy looking head. Beautiful looking hazy, in my opinion. Let's get a nose. Oh. Hello, Nelson. How are you this evening? Wow. Jesus. The Nelson for me is just screaming off the top. There's white grape, there's white wine, there's gooseberry, there's even like a passion fruit. Maybe not coming from the Nelson, but there's like a huge like green fruit kind of feeling to this one. Wow. Underneath it, there's peach, there's pineapple, orange. No coconut though. I mean, it's Sabro, but just a touch they're using. So I didn't expect it, but there's a really nice like grassy herbaceousness to this one too. Wouldn't say dank, it's more grassy. Maybe even a floral thing going on. I can't get past that, like the white grapes, the white wine, the gooseberry, like the Nelson is showcased for me in this one. Wow. I didn't think it would be that big. I mean, they're using 3 different kinds of Citra, but then the Nelson is right after it. And it's just like the Nelson for me is dominating. And that's not a bad thing because it smells fucking awesome. And what I like about it is when Nelson dominates, there's some people out there just hate Nelson, right? They're just like, I don't like that white grape. I don't like that white wine, that gooseberry. That's not for me. For me, I fucking want it. I love it. And I don't get a lot of like Nelson forward beers that punch me in the nose like this. This is fucking super intense Nelson. Wow. Smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again to Dan for the recommendation. That's fucking delicious. That is absolutely phenomenal. Here's the thing, though. I'm getting a little coconut from the Sabro. This still has some hop burn, some of that green astringency. Like, this is almost 5 weeks old. There's a little bit left on the palate. I mean, it's not big, but it's noticeable. At 8%, the body is like higher side of medium, lower side of full. Has a nice half behind it. Beautiful. The mouthfeel, it's fucking what Other Half does. Even though this is not an oat cream IPA, or oat cream Imperial IPA. It's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. It does have carbonation, very mildly carbonated, but it's so fucking creamy on the palate. It's insane. I just love the mouthfeel. It's fucking superb. The taste, though, it's so fucking cool. And I didn't expect it. I think this is probably why Dan recommended this one to me in this batch specifically. Even though they say they're using a touch of Sabro, I think there's more, I'm picking up more than what they're saying they're using. Because I like right at the front of the palate, I'm hit with the Nelson. And it's more of like a white grape, gooseberry type of thing, not that white wine kind of feeling. Right after that, though, it's pina colada for me. There's a big burst of pineapple. There's some coconut. And it's pina colada. Halfway through the palate, I get a little bit of like a remnants of like a sweeter orange, like a navel orange, say. A little bit of that peach and apricot I was talking about in the nose, so stone fruits kind of there as well. But the pina colada is definitely there, and I didn't think for a second that I would get it in this beer. The second half of the palate, though, It has this dry, like semi to full on dry, grassy, floral, herbaceous kind of feeling to the beer. And it's really nice because that's something there's one thing, if you watch enough of my reviews, you know that typically when I'm talking about a non-fruit kind of character from the hops, I usually go like dank, herbaceous, earthy. This is more grassy, floral, and with that herbaceousness. And that's cool. I've been getting a little bit more of some of that grassy kind of character, and it's cool. I like it. Again, finishes semi to full on dry, mild to moderately bitter, more to the mild side. Not a lot of bitterness here, but that dryness is ramped up because this is sweet. All those fruits at the front, that pina colada, the white grape, even the orange, it has a sweetness at the front, unmistakable, but on the back of the palate, it balances it out. There is, again, a mild hop burn / green astringency on the back of the palate, which is almost 5 weeks old. It's kind of crazy. I think this beer is going to be drinking extremely well for another month, maybe month and a half, and probably up to the 3-month mark for this beer because I'm drinking it under 5 weeks old. In 6 or 7 weeks, I still think this is going to be pretty good. It might not be as good as it was when it's super fresh, but I'm telling you, just under 5 weeks, this is fucking great. This is awesome beer. I love it. Thank you, Dan, for recommending it. I mean, Dan, you know, there's been a couple that Dan has recommended recently that I haven't loved, but 9 times out of 10, when Dan recommends a beer to me, he knows my palate. He's watched my reviews for a long time now. Him and his buddy Mike have their own channel, FLX Beer Reviews. Go check them out. Great guys. And whenever he recommends a beer, more often than not, he's going to hit the nail on the head because he typically knows what I enjoy, and this is definitely something I enjoy. It's fucking awesome. So thank you for juicing from Other Half. It would get a higher rating if that hop burn wasn't there. I think the hop burn's kind of knocking it down, but as is, to me, this is fucking great. This is a great beer. So thank you for juicing. Thank you for juicing from Other Half. I have no problems giving that a high 4.5 out of 5 and go 4.6. Fucking delicious beer. Love it. If you see this, by the time you see this review, probably about, this can will be what? Between 5 to 6 weeks old. If you see it on the shelves locally, grab it. It's fucking delicious. I paid $5.50 for that can, $6 in distro. The thing I noticed about Other Half is at the brewery, this is $20 a 4-pack. But when these beers make distro, even here in Buffalo, New York, which is only about an hour and a half away from the brewery, most bottle shops, they have to make money somehow and whatnot. So they jack them up 50 cents to $1. I'm fine with that. If I pay $6 for this can, I know that I can go to the brewery and get it cheaper, but I don't have to go to the brewery and get it. So for $1, yeah, I'll totally grab it. So the price point's not that bad. Now in your area, maybe out of New York State, this might be $7-8 a can. And at that point, you have to, kind of decide whether or not you think that's worth it to you. If so, this would be one. Put it this way, if I know what this beer was before buying it, like I knew I liked it to the 4.6 out of 5, and I would say, somewhere out of state, and this was $7.99 a can, I would totally fucking buy it. I really would, because it's that good. Availability, Other Half gets distro all over the place now. A bunch of different states. You can order, I don't know how many states it might be 10, 15 states. You can order straight from their website. They have, 4 locations, or I think 5 locations, one in Brooklyn, right, the headquarters, and they have one in, I forget, there's 2 locations in New York City. Then there's one in East Bloomfield, which is the Finger Lakes location. There's one in Washington, D.C., and there's now one in Philly. So Other Half, you get their stuff all over the place now, and I highly recommend them. If you've never had an Other Half beer and you love hop-forward hazies, then you're missing out because they make some great shit. So 4.6 out of 5. That was Thank You for Juicing from Other Half. Thanks to Dan for the recommendation. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. 8%. Little bit of warming in the chest, nothing on the palate. That's how Other Half rolls. Typically, their Imperial IPAs. Even some of their triples at 10, 10.5. It's tough to identify what the ABV is because they just hide it beautifully well. So if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Till the next one. Cheers.